Hey everybody, I'm Erik In Exile. Today, we've got a very special episode celebrating my first 50 videos on YouTube. It's been almost a year since I started doing YouTube, and I think it's about time we find out who this Erik In Exile guy is. So sit back and let's take a look at Erik In Exile. Let's do it! Yeah, origin story. Everybody's got an origin story. Here we go. That's me and my folks back in the day. I need to go out and get me some red pants. Well, maybe not. Here I am 10 years later, complete 80s gamer, rocking the Zaxxon shirt. That is legit as you can get, and I'm still rocking video games to this day, son. Here's another one, Kid Video. I remember that shirt. Sadly, it was only a matter of time until the great video game crash of 1983 wiped everything out. I remember walking around at Zayre's, looking at video games and wondering why they were only $1. Sad times indeed. It was also around this time that I started playing guitar. I worked on it for a couple years by myself, and eventually I wound up in a band, and we played Battle of the Bands and lost horribly. However, the venue held another Battle of the Bands 6 months later with over 20 bands there, and somehow we won. We were actually neck and neck with the other band, but they played the song, the Josie's on a Vacation Far Away song from the outfield, and the singer could not hit the high notes, which caused them to lose. To this day, whenever I hear that song on the radio, I get a little smile on my face. We got $700 cash money and a trophy, which I still have, and we took that money and used it to do a 3-song demo at a studio. From that point on, I knew I was going to always somehow be involved with music. Towards the end of the 1980s, we were one of the well-known bands in the area, but at some point we were going through random band members and things weren't working out, and I decided I wanted to go to college and see what I could do with that. Ironically, I bumped into a fellow guitar player friend, and he said he was now studying at Berklee College of Music in Boston, and that I should take a look into it. I did, and I got accepted there. I learned a lot at Berklee. It's one thing to play the guitar, but it's a whole other thing to write a song. I decided to enroll in the songwriting program, and I reasoned that being able to write songs would be far more useful than just playing guitar. And turns out I was right. And after I graduated from Berklee, I wrote a bunch of songs and explored a lot of avenues. And what I was finding was, in the 1990s, to me, I felt there was a lot of bands and music that I just didn't like for whatever reason. And so I just continued writing music, but I wasn't doing anything band-wise. I mostly just did producing and engineering for some bands that I knew in the area. But I couldn't wait for the 1990s to end. I knew it was going to get better in the 2000s. I just knew it. And it was better. Way better. In 2000, I got together with some like-minded musicians from the Want Ads, no less, and we went under the temporary name of the Flying Johnsons. At some point, I suggested we use the name Super Collider, and that worked. And within 6 months, we were signed to a local record label. We got better shows to play, and that was great. And we also got our music into film and TV shows and made money from that. We also toured in the Northeast and more. Sadly, Super Collider disbanded after 8 years of atom smashing. After Super Collider disbanded, I formed a band called My Own Exile, and of course, this is where Erik In Exile comes from. Eventually, we had a decent lineup, and it was just in time for the 2010 Seven Dust Hard Drive tour. And we were just one of the many bands that opened for Seven Dust that day. It was a great show, and it was a great time. Here's a scene from the movie Die You Zombie Bastards, featuring music from Super Collider.
Have you seen this man.
And now, here's a scene from the film Mutual Admiration Society, featuring music from Super Collider.
We must be French yeah! How'd that shit taste you? Beat him!
If you like what I'm doing here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a brand new video every Friday, so click the notification bell to be notified when it goes live. Let me know what you think about Erik In Exile down in the comments below. I want to thank everybody for joining in today, and I'll see you in the next video.